following is a Sketch Media production.
They started producing these factories to produce these cars, but they're going to produce other things in these factories, other cars. So the factory in itself is like a product for Tesla.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pete Podcast, episode 10. Woohoo! Yeah!
Yay!
Yay! I'm excited.
Episode 10.
Episode 10.
10, dude. I know.
Without further ado, just because he jumped in here already.
Sorry.
Guys, I've been dying to have this. We just haven't had a chance to do this because he actually has his own podcast, and he's a bit of a busy man, but this is one of my, if not my closest friend, a true person in life that I look at as a bit of a spiritual leader. We've talked about this. I truly believe that. Oddly, you're 10 years younger than me, but somehow you guide me in a weird way. But without further ado, my true friend, Dr. Mayur Cara.
Yay!
Thanks for having me, guys. It's an absolute pleasure to be on this sofa.
And
right
not
now.
in
And
that
not-
chair.
And not in that chair.
We produce the Easewell podcast as well, which is a kind of a health and wellness podcast hosted by
Myself.
his truly. It's an incredible podcast. But today we get him.
We're doing a little switcherooski.
Little Citrusky. You can see how much calmer and relaxed he is. He's not quite as put together, and he's a little bit more sunk into the couch. He's got the studio dog on said lap.
Look at this. Beautiful
on the
pup.
lap.
All right, brother, before we get into full convo, which you know you're welcome to jump in and out,
For sure.
I have to do a little bit of office, like basically some housekeeping.
Let's do it.
I'd like to first thank all of our new subs. We got a bunch out there. Thank you so much, everybody out there that commented, even the people that weren't so fond. Thank you.
There were a few.
There were majority of them, bro, were not fond, and they let me know. Do your research. That was one of my favorites.
You obviously don't know anything about music.
I obviously don't know anything about music.
But I thought you did do your research, you know?
I did do.
I think he did his research, guys.
Pal,
I
thanks.
heard about this before it became a podcast, so
And you don't even really follow that type of music, and I was deep.
yeah.
And I think from that, we have a nice kind of little series I think we're going to run with of just because there's more to this, and people know there's more to this. So we're going to do that. But I want to thank Rusty Cage Rage. You gave me a run for my money, pal. But I got to honestly feel, are we becoming best friends? You and I? Is that what we're getting? Because you gave me a couple of but in the end, and thank you for the sub. So tell me, Doc, how's it feel to be on that couch? Honestly,
Honestly, it feels really good. I'm here with the beautiful pup on my lap here, and I'm ready to talk about some cool stuff.
let's do that. So
Yeah.
we're both, I'd say we're both pretty channeled. We were actually just talking about that in the sense of our families, our ancestors are merchants. We come from that. We push, and we're just talking about kind of how we build things. And I've been with you, and I've watched how you've built Easewell from a little,
It's a tiny space.
a tiny little space.
Like maybe 600 square feet. A walk away from
Right
here.
down the street.
Yeah, right down the street. Yeah, it was tiny. It was a beautiful beginning. I used to bring my dog to work. Let her just roam around. Those are the good old days, man. Before the Beltline, I think, was even a real thing. They weren't.
It was before that section was open.
That wasn't even none of that stuff was there.
Yeah, nothing was here. I actually moved into the neighborhood, Inman Park, when there was gravel.
Wow.
There was muddy, and they put the gravel down, and they went rapid pace on growing the Beltline. So
Yeah.
kudos to the Beltline team. You guys making it happen.
It's pretty one of the most incredible things I've ever seen in a city. I gotta be
Wild.
honest.
The growth is wild.
It's insanity.
There's billions and billions of dollars being put in around the Beltline, up and down. The Eastside Beltline, I believe, was the fastest growing area in the country at one point during 2015, 2016.
Yeah. Now the west side is popping.
Yeah.
Like
They're connecting the entire thing, and we're right here on it.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Well, I'd have to say without the Beltline, I don't think
Atlanta
we would have started doing this type of stuff. It's something weird about this. We've had people come on. Actually, Corey, one of our guests, lives in a beautiful area, way out of the city, tranquil, gorgeous waterfall in his backyard. He's like, bro, you need to be here. And I was just like,
Yeah.
it's nice.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I would lose that like pulse, right? Like,
man, there's so much here. We could just walk to any kind of restaurant we want to.
bro, name something you can't get. We had Indian the other night. It was incredible.
Right.
From Krog.
I mean, Krog Street. You got everything right there in one space.
Yeah.
You could literally turn and do like a.
Yeah.
You can get one of the best Philly cheese.
Yeah.
To some great bows.
Oh, the fried green tomato bows at Susie's Bows. Oh my gosh, they're so
You haven't had those yet?
I've never even thought about
fried green tomato bows. Get them.
They do it's like a fried. It looks like a fried green tomato, and then they put some type of
carrot,
like
some type of pickled carrot
with like a spicy mayo on it.
So good.
All right. Well, it's a little snack later.
It's great. And then we grab a banh mi.
Okay.
So we get a banh mi, and then we get some of the we got some Indian. We get what? Tikka masala.
Chicken tikka masala, and we get some naan, and we get some biryani.
The rice, the biryani, I think is the rice.
Oh, dude, let me take you to the cab, Decatur.
All right.
We get some real biryani.
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, this is good biryani.
No, yeah.
But there's better places.
All right.
There's better places. Buford Highway. Well, yeah.
See, people don't know this about Atlanta. I don't think they know the true cultural. You can get any. This is in my opinion. I've been around. I've traveled a good amount. This is one of my favorite food towns.
It's one of the best. I've been all around myself, and Atlanta is like a pleasure to come home to because you got everything you want right here. Like,
yeah.
Some of the best Middle Eastern food is right here, or Mediterranean food. What do we call it? Like Del Bar, right down the street.
Del Bar's
Del
so
Bar's
good.
really good.
Del Bar's so good.
Rumi's Kitchen.
Rumi's Kitchen.
Can't
Did you
touch
have
it.
the Gibby?
No, I didn't get the Gibby. I couldn't
When
remember.
we go.
Yeah.
When we go.
Well, we'll go. We'll go.
We'll go.
There's so many everythings around here. I mean, geez, Louise. Goose.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Goose is great.
Goose is really good. It's really spicy.
It's now the Chubby Kid podcast.
Good.
Chinese food.
This is the Chubby Kid
Goose.
podcast. It is.
We went a little ham on goose. Like,
Gotta be honest,
we would eat it multiple nights a week before we went through a stretch,
Yeah.
and
I think I'm too old for Goose though.
Oh, it's too
it
hot.
messed with the stomach a little bit.
It's a little.
I mean, it's ghost peppers, That's some serious stuff.
You gotta put a roll of TP in the refrigerator before in the freezer before you eat that stuff. It's like
Yeah, you're right. I understand.
And I don't mind like I've eaten your mom's veal. What was that?
Lamb.
No.
Lamb.
Lamb curry.
Lamb.
We don't
Lamb
cook
curry.
any beef at all because we're Hindu.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. Lamb
Yes.
curry, but that didn't make me feel like the next day I was like, I feel great.
Yeah.
Mayor's mom's lamb curry was the bomb.
She may have toned it down because she can do some spice.
It was a little hot for me.
We ate it at
you
Christmas, and you were almost like you were looking at me like, look at my friend holding on, like he's okay.
Yeah. I was looking at you like, how can he? How can she? I'm just kidding.
How is he doing it? What? Look at him.
I couldn't hang. I couldn't hang.
I
I was
remember
like,
this.
she tapped right out. She's like,
Yeah.
it's like Logan Paul and Mike Tyson. He's gonna tap right out Logan Paul.
You think so? Yeah, no, I feel it too. I feel like Mike Tyson's going to come in there and just really change perspective on what you think of 50. What is it?
60.
How old is 60? What a 60-year-old man can do. I hope I'm right. But
I hope you're right too, but I think it's all fake.
Yeah, that too. There's always that. But
Yeah.
Mike Tyson's a real dude.
I don't know, man. That guy's
Hollywood,
insane.
you know.
You ever see the Rogan stuff where Rogan says that the only time he ever thought about like extending his distance between him and the guest was when Tyson came out of prison? Like he was so terrifying.
Really?
That like he just like glared at him. Like
Wow.
he didn't do anything or try to intimidate. He just the
You
way
felt
he
that energy.
was horrified. Could you imagine that guy?
Oh no, dude. I had no idea.
And Logan Paul, did you ever see the dances he used to do on TikTok and shit? Like
No. Thank God. I don't want to see any of that either.
and then be like, this man's going in there with one of the most dangerous men, if not in his prime. And I'm not saying I don't know if that guy doesn't not have a prime. Like he's horrifying.
Let's be real. It's all about money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Logan Paul is doing this for the money, for the what's going to come for it. And I mean, I think I genuinely believe that Mike Tyson's out there proving to the world that a 60-year-old could do what he could do.
I hope so.
I think Logan Paul's in it for obviously all the money that comes with the advertising and this and that, whatever comes of it, right? He's big into that. He's young enough, and he's going to bounce back if he gets laid out, which he might. He'll bounce back, but he'll be much, much more wealthier than he did prior to this.
And Logan Paul, if when you get laid out, if you find yourself in Atlanta with some type of concussion syndromes, head over to one of our Easewell locations.
Come on in.
We do concussion tests.
We
right
got a
there,
guy.
right there in the office.
And we'll adjust you because after fighting like that, I'm sure you're going to need
He's going to need it.
Yeah.
He's going to need a good adjustment, definitely. Like a real, like a Dr. John, where he literally, you just go, Jesus God. Oh, and you
Open up the chakras.
He does. It just shoves your face right into the thing.
Yeah.
It has been sanctioned as a pro fight now. It's a real fight. It is not a exhibition. Logan Paul has stated, "You wanted it this way. I'm coming for you now."
Dang.
I don't know if I would have been like, Mr. Tyson, like, I just want to let you I know he did this, but you've seen my dances on TikTok, right? Like, you've seen me dance on TikTok.
When you told me that this morning, my response was, so if he dies, he dies?
He dies.
Like,
Drago,
yes.
What do you think? What if he dies? He dies.
He's done.
He's done.
There's no more.
That's
Oh
it.
my
No more for this
goodness.
guy.
We'll see. That's what, June 9th?
I think we should watch it.
Of course.
Let's watch it together.
We'll watch it together, yes. Even if we're not in the same room, we'll watch it together. We'll talk about
We'll be
it.
like, are you watching this?
Do you see this? Yeah.
37 seconds? Think the old man put him down? He did his TikTok dance when he went into his fencing pose because he got a concussion.
Mike Tyson might bite his ear off.
Oh my gosh.
You know, if he's feeling like he's in a corner, he might do something drastic.
He's done.
It's only, what, 8 rounds, though? It's
Nine.
What's
only
happened?
Nine rounds, I think.
yeah, what's a normal fight is like 12. I don't know. This shit's going to be fucking insane. I don't know.
Let's see what the internet says.
I don't know how Logan Paul goes from... I wouldn't get the... Look, Logan, I wouldn't go anywhere near you, man. Like, it's terrifying, but... I will give him this. He went. You look at some of those videos and dancing and being a. He was a kid. I mean, he was a kid. Now he's huge.
Yeah.
But like, what you go from that to fighting Tyson? Like,
Yes. He's out there just to put himself out there. You know, he's gonna prove himself.
do you think it's like, would Mr. Beast do this? Would Mr. Beast go, "I'll get in the ring with Mike Tyson"? Because I'll tell you, Mr. Pete wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't do the damn thing either. That's ridiculous. What happened to Elon Musk and Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg?
Because I was going to actually come to we're going to talk about the truck. I was going to give you a chance to.
Oh, okay.
Because we talked about how you said you were like, you don't like it. You think it looks like Blade Runner. And I was like,
Yeah.
But you've talked.
I mean, let's see. It's supposed to be the best truck ever, really the best vehicle ever made, with all the technology in it and the indestructibility. And I'm excited.
Dude, I can't wait.
I'm excited to see this thing in real life.
It's almost become a bit of a myth.
Yeah.
Build the truck already.
5 years it took this man.
Why? Is it all? Okay? Let's talk about. We're talking real. Did he just hold it? Is he the great? Is he doing this, bro?
I mean, he's got all the money, right? And money makes people move. Apparently, makes things happen. He's a puppeteer, possibly. Yeah. What I think took a very long time was for the Cybertruck to actually be made. They had to make a like a metal press, like a mold. There's one company that does it, if I understand it correctly, in like Italy. So they made this. It took years of trials and tribulations to make this happen. They shifted over to.
So everything was pushed back then.
I think so. They had to develop the
entire timeline was pushed back because that piece took so long.
Yeah,
probably.
I mean, they reinvented the production of a car. Like it's a whole new way of doing it. Now they're pressing metal into they're like a plastic mold, but it's metal. It's stainless steel. So they're doing crazy
Like
things.
molten metal injection.
Yeah,
Molded pieces.
yeah, like a unibody.
Yeah, like a unibody. It's almost like injected. It's like when you go to the place, and they do those wax things, where the thing comes together and makes a wax mold. But imagine doing it like molten, like
exactly.
Nothing the dude does is easy, bro. Like I'm not.
He's reinventing things like the factory. You know, the factory, the gigafactories. They're supposed to be products themselves.
Well, okay, now see, I always thought it was odd they were called gigafactories. Explain.
I mean, and the limited capacity that I have to explain this, yes. I understood from the very beginning Tesla was starting out to make cars cheap. So they started with very expensive, the Model S, Model X, and they started like trickling down the Model 3 and Model Y, a little cheaper than that, and they're releasing something cheaper. That's their whole goal. The end goal was to create a very affordable car that is highly technologically advanced, right? Very cheap technology for everybody. The full self-driving, did we talk about that the other day?
Yeah, but where did the gigabyte factory thing?
Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus, here we go. Is that the warning? Is that like our 25-minute warning right there? She just gave it to us?
It's the 2-minute warning.
Is that the 25-minute? We got 2 minutes left before she explodes.
That wasn't that bad. The Gigafactory, yes. They started producing these factories to produce these cars, but they're going to produce other things in these factories, other cars. So the factory in itself is like a product for Tesla to produce more.
Other vehicles.
So the white label, in a sense, other vehicles?
That's what I was going to say, right?
That's balls, bro.
That's what the vision was years ago. I don't know if things have changed, of course, I'm sure. And now they got the full self-driving that is just human driving put into one database, made it an AI situation where the AI is taking what you do best, what I do best, putting that into the scenario where there's pedestrians or construction or
stops, other like things that you would come across driving.
Yeah, any kind of obstacles, any like a dog running in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
They take all that information. That's all cameras on these cars. They take all that information of how you handle it, we all handle it, and they aggregate that. And it's like, what's the best case scenario? How does this car going to maneuver? I watched a video yesterday that showed how does the Tesla Model S handle an orange light, a yellow light. Usually, my car, which doesn't have, I have an older Tesla.
It speeds through it like Pete.
It sped through it. My car,
more just shit.
but safely. Like it did its countdown of like how long it did its
like 3
calculations.
seconds from going to it knew.
It was crazy.
I'd feel a lot better if our Jeep had that.
It maneuvered like a human being, like a human was driving that car, and it was no human driving.
Okay, so that's
car.
a little now we're getting into a little.
This is what Tesla is. It's a technology company.
Is it a technology company? Is it an AI company?
I mean, they have all the.
Aren't they the same thing?
Yeah.
Is it a data company?
All the above.
It's all the same thing.
Data farming, and it's got to all be the same. And it's like, you know what I love about him? He was talking about, I saw this thing where he was moving an engine or something for one of the rockets, right? And it was huge, right? It was a huge, big engine. And they were talking about like this movie. He's like, oh yeah, those are the same exact motors we use in the Cybertrucks. And it's the type of stuff where you go, this fucking guy literally just keeps going like, oh, that'll work. Plug it. Like it's like a big shop for him. It's just like a big giant tool chest.
It's like a big giant like workshop.
Yeah. And he's like, well, I can do.
And he's the mad scientist.
He's got some of the best minds around him from all the technology industries. Like he has a vision. He'll make it happen. Kudos. And he's from South Africa too.
So here's another thing.
right.
We were talking about this. Let's loop back into health. He's looking rough.
Yeah, he's
looking tired, right? Stress.
I could only imagine being a billionaire.
I can imagine.
Being a billionaire, you don't get there by being normal, right? So he's doing some other things, I'm sure. And the stress level, oh my goodness.
I can't even imagine.
I don't want to, honestly.
Nope.
No billions of dollars for myself because I'm never going to go through that.
Nope.
I will probably check out.
I couldn't imagine.
The shield has got to be thick.
Oh
for
my
sure.
God. It's got to
Your
be incredible,
give a
right?
fuck like threshold has to be like.
Yeah, just got to deal with it.
Uh-huh.
If you take everything you hear at his level, oh my God.
Could you imagine? That's what I'm saying. Like, just that alone would be like, it just goes to show, like, yeah, the guy's probably
coming to harass you now.
Hey, buddy.
He got both studio dogs.
I mean, he changed the world before Tesla.
Yeah.
PayPal.
Yeah, he did.
That was Elon?
Yeah.
Elon and Peter Thiel. They created PayPal.
Yeah.
So
everybody out there paying for your weed, you should thank Elon. Everyone out there.
Or getting scammed on eBay.
Or getting scammed, you can blame Elon. Send him something.
I think his mom's a supermodel.
Yeah.
Or used
I thought
to
I read
model.
something like that. Yeah.
And his dad, oh gosh, I think his dad was like a abusive drunk guy. Pretty important.
For a living? That seems awful.
Yeah, that'd be not for a living.
I feel like I read that. Yeah.
Are you
Wait, I'm confirming it right now.
So his dad's kind of wasn't even in the picture in a sense.
Yeah, he talks a lot about that. So.
No, he's very close to his mom. She still shows up at all times. I've never seen his dad.
His brother, I forget his brother's name, but his brother was the CEO of Solar City. Solar City, yeah. And then that went down
Solar
the
nowhere.
Yeah, it went nowhere. So Tesla bought that and saved his brother from financial collapse.
So this is interesting. So if I'm on the Musk family's Wikipedia page, like if I click on Elon's profile and then I click on his dad's name, it doesn't send me, his dad doesn't have a separate page. It just sends me to the Musk family page.
Oh.
And it goes all into the Musk family. And this is all it says about his father. It goes into like the history.
He had sex with his mother.
Well, no, I mean, basically, like it goes into the history, the elaborate, like exclusive history of the Musk family. Like they're incredibly wealthy. Yes.
Emerald
yes.
miners or
yep,
something.
emerald miners.
They mined emeralds?
Yeah, so this is all it says about his father. Elon Musk's father, Errol Musk, is a South African former electrical and mechanical engineer, consultant, and property developer who was involved in the emerald business at some point in the 1980s and was a member of the South African Progressive Federal Party. That's all it says about him. Like, there's literally nothing else. Which I think is interesting. And then it goes into the rest of the family members. So.
He says he doesn't have a great relationship with his dad. So, I mean, these things turn people into certain things. And
his mom was a model and dietitian.
Dietitian.
Yeah.
Yes. The health part of it.
Yeah.
She was a dietitian.
He grew up in South Africa, right?
From what I understand, and then to Canada. So from South Africa.
That's a boot.
Immigrated to Canada from South Africa and then studied here in the States, I think.
Jeez, what a process.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, hey.
He just never stops.
It's my guy over here.
That's my boy.
It's my guy.
I'm interested to see this truck, man. Like, I just want to see it drive itself. I've never been in a Tesla yet that's driven itself anywhere. Like, I want you to go in and be like, let's go get a Krispy Kreme.
You know where we'll go? Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
There's Tim Hortons here now?
Yeah.
They're open,
I like Tim
There's one on Spring Street.
Yeah.
At the gas station that has a nightclub in it. You know there's a nightclub?
There's a nightclub?
That's Atlanta.
And you thought I was
going to say only
putting,
Atlanta.
And I was crazy for putting a comedy store in a bodega. a comedy shop in a bodega. And I was a nut job.
There's a club, a Tim Hortons, and a gas station right next to Georgia Tech.
Is it on the right across from the Varsity?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a Tim. I like Timmy Hortons.
Mm-hmm. They got some good stuff.
It's the Canadian Dunkin' Donuts.
It's better.
Oh, yeah.
It's good
Tim
coffee.
Hortons is good.
They got good sandwiches, too.
Mm-hmm.
The sandwiches.
You know what? We were out of coffee, and we had to go get coffee, and we left because I refused to pay the ridiculous fees for delivery. I just can't. I can't anymore.
I'm with you on that.
I can't.
Yeah.
It's gotten out of fucking control.
You got to get like Uber One or whatever they call it these days, where there's no
you get the full pass that you pay for.
Yeah,
and they just bring you whatever.
Well, they cut your fees a lot, at least, or sometimes they're free. Like they offer free deals and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Uber One, sponsor us. I got 2 podcasts for you. We'll do good. We'll do good stuff. Uber One.
Come on.
What the? Oh, we went and got
Studio
coffee.
Dog. Oh, she's making her.
There it is. Look at this. She's
her
gotta
debut.
Be in there now. We went to Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
Very, very underwhelmed. And I've had Krispy Kreme my whole life.
The new one. Shaq's new one.
And I asked the woman. I said, "Excuse me, ma'am. does Shaq ever come in here? And she said, and I quote, never.
He's probably, he just bought the real estate, right?
And then I go, not even for donuts? And she said, not even for donuts. And then she got our order wrong.
Oh, Shaq, come on, man.
So I'm saying, maybe you should go in there and check on your stuff, Shaq.
Yeah, bro, come on. You got the Papa John's everywhere, 404-555 Shaq.
Yeah, was it the Shaq-a-roni? I ain't eating the Shaq-a-roni. I would have the worst Shaq-a heartburn.
Look how cute she is.
You know how bad my
she has something to
Shaq-a
say.
heartburn would be?
Oh, terrible.
Tallulah, how would your Shaq-a heartburn be?
She like half her face is in the frame. It's so funny. Like one ear.
They're much better when we can let them in the room. You know that. You've been around. You've been.
Oh, they're part of the cast.
They are.
They are part of the cast. They're much happier when we have guests that allow them to sit with them. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Makes it.
We're all dog people here.
Do you follow Miss Peaches?
Excuse me?
Famous.
You don't know about
Miss
famous
Peaches?
Miss Peaches?
I know.
Oh, bro, you're a dog lover. How do you not know about? Would you like to hear real quick?
Please.
And then we'll wrap it up. Do you ever heard of Barstool Sports?
Oh, yeah.
Dave Portnoy, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, great dude.
Great dude. Grumpy, curmudgeon-y. I love him. Just Lifeline Animal Shelter, which is an Atlanta-based animal, which is where Hav came from.
Oh,
Well,
yeah?
we didn't come from. We found him, and then we had to
Take him there.
take him there, which they put him in quarantine and took care of him, gave him his heartworm medicine. Shout out to
They
Heart.
took care of him, and then we adopted him from Lifeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, officially.
They don't trust me at this point. They do
They're
not
amazing.
need me.
How old was he when you guys adopted him?
We found him,
vet
remember, on the street. We
Guessed
don't know.
about a year, maybe tops. He was probably about a year when we got him, is what the vet said when we took him for his first vet
He was
visit.
the most feral.
So feral.
He didn't know anything. Like, it was the most
Street dog.
Yeah,
Little Aladdin here.
Yeah.
little lad.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
didn't know. He was just feisty. And that's why his ear's all messed up, because he's scrappy.
Ah, Mike Tyson.
We should have named him Tyson.
We should have named him
That would have been
Tyson.
a great name for him.
With the ear situation?
I know. How'd we miss that?
I even
You
said it with
named
a
him.
lisp, too.
With Mike Tyson. When he comes in.
You know what? It was.
And it was all, he was like, where's the guy that talked about my list? But I was like,
we
He
got
pointed
him.
at you. Like the meme with the Spider-Man. You know?
We got him the start. We got him
Sling
the
the
start.
web.
We got him the start of the 2017 Cubs season, and remember the Cubs won the World Series in 16. So we named him after Javi Baez. So that was
Baez.
where we got.
It's a great
Yeah.
way of,
Yeah.
he's a good boy. You know him any other way than Hav? I mean, it's Hav.
I mean, it's hot.
It's Hav.
It's Hav and
Fish.
Hav and the fish. Yeah, he's fish and Tallulah Bell.
And my dog is chicken.
Chicken and fish.
We're weird about our pups.
Very weird.
We love them.
Portnoy,
Yeah.
they Lifeline somehow posted this thing like, hey, we have all these puppies. We just got this, we got a hoarder situation where there was a bunch of puppies or
That were
dogs
abused.
removed, like what's it called, like a breeding situation. And one of the dogs was this little dog that was like, must have been like, I don't know, looked like she just had a litter. She must
Yeah.
have. But she's just this little pit bull that's just like,
No.
has like these messed up ears and just kind of
Like they did a hack job on her.
hack
ears.
job on this poor little dog. And I think her name was Dubai. Wasn't it something? It was something
I think
weird.
that it was something. She had. Yeah, I can't remember what
But
it
they
was.
go, we have this sweet dog and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, that's my dog. And he called up. He's like, I want the dog. And they were like, okay. And he's like, I'm getting in my private jet now. I'm flying to come get it. Have the dog ready. So it shows him landing in his private jet. And he walks out and they have her in the back of like an
Hatchback,
SUV. And
yeah.
they open the hatchback and she's with another dog that was with her. And like, from the minute they meet, man, it's the most, I've never seen like a,
Beautiful thing.
dude, it's like Annie. It's like watching Annie.
It's modern day Little Orphan Annie. It's
like
literally the Little Orphan Annie story.
And
Like
so,
he gives this dog everything.
bro, he takes her home. The dog can't walk downstairs. It's kind of lame. Like it doesn't run right because it's been abused and been in a cage.
Oh.
This dog, within a matter, it's been 3 months, has 1 million plus followers.
Famous
Dude,
Miss Peaches.
The famous Miss Peaches, dude.
Okay.
They just did he raised what $500,000 for Lifeline in 3
yeah,
months.
they just had this.
Awesome
They were just
story.
here at the Lifeline Gala. Yeah, they raised like $630,000. But at that gala, I know.
Great
And
work.
she wore a full gown. The little
Yeah.
dog wore a full gown.
He
and,
makes
like,
all of this merch, this Miss Peaches merch,
Uh-huh.
and donates sells it on Barstool and donates 100% of the proceeds to animal rescue. So he's literally funding now. He's using her fame and the story to fund all of these rescue organizations.
What a great
And he's
cause.
like a Robin Hood. Like,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Awesome.
It's
So-
a great story.
The other day he does a post, and it's this woman, and she's like sitting there, and all of a sudden, like, she looks like a nurse. She must work at an animal hospital. And it comes
She
up,
runs a rescue.
and it pops up, and she goes like this, and it's him and the dog, and Miss Peaches. She's just sitting like this, and he's like, "Hey, so we got your message, and blah 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 blah. You know this, so we're gonna give you all the money you need." And she's like, "Oh my god!" And he's like, "Yeah." So, but me and Miss Peaches, like, think it's the best thing. The dog, he's like, "Okay, so I'll see you soon. I'm just gonna have my guys wire it over. Thanks."
Wow.
Like, it was so.
And he's
I
like-
loved how cool in the
Fluid.
sense it
He
wasn't
literally-
like, "We'll be sending it with a check, and we need a picture." He's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna send it. You're good."
Yeah. What a good dude.
And he like carries the dog around all the time and like pushes
bought
her
her
in
a
a
Gucci
stroller.
raincoat.
It's like the cutest.
I gotta
thing
check it
ever.
out. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
check it
you
out.
do.
The famous Miss Peaches. So, did we just try to capitalize on the famous Miss Peaches?
We did.
Maybe a little.
SEO is important.
Pal. We
Cheers.
love you, buddy.
I love you as well, man.
Will you come on and just be like a couple times a season?
Well, I'll pop in. I'll be your special guest every once. Well, it's just your guest that pops in every once in a while.
Well, just
Yes.
an honorary co-host.
yeah,
yes.
I'll jump in.
I'll
I'll
A
jump in.
cast member.
a cast member.
I'll be your second voice.
I love
Let
it.
me be that guy.
Oh, are you done? Done. Guys, Dr. Mayur Cara, check him out. Go to Easewell.
Check out the Easewell podcast.
check out the Easewell podcast. We're going to put all this stuff about
Yeah, we'll
here.
put it up there.
Maybe something. I don't know. But check him out. You'll never feel better. It's a beautiful facility. You'll walk out feeling $1 million.
That's right. If you're in Atlanta,
Check it out.
check it out. We got 2 locations:
Yes.
Reynoldstown, Upper West Side.
Yes. Yes. Shameless plugs coming in.
Shameless plugs.
Hey, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
what
But
it's
no,
about.
seriously, guys, it's not your grandfather's chiropractic. It's
Guaranteed.
It's guaranteed. We love you from the Pete Podcast. Thanks so much. Episode 10 in the can. We are out. Thanks, guys, so much.